please read.
An exponent refers to the number of times a number is multiplied by itself. For example, 2 to the third, written like this, 2 to the power of 3 means.
So in this example, we can see that 2 to the third written like this. So 2 to the third means 2 times 2 times 2. So basically, you only substitute the three exponent here and then multiply by 2 plus 8. So it doesn't mean that, when you solve this one, it doesn't mean that 2 times 3, it doesn't mean like that. But it means that you need to multiply 2 by 3. So just like here. So for example, another number. 5 is raised to 4. Is it correct if I write it like here?
No.
Alright, that's not correct because I raised it to 4. So we need to write it like 5 times 5 times 5. Is it correct?
Yeah.
Right. So 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. So that means exponent, right? So the next one.
So, good morning everyone. I am your teacher for today. I am Eugene, and today we will proceed to Unit 1. So, please read.
If n and m are positive integers and a is a real number, then a to the power n times a to the power of m is equals to a to the power of n plus n power of n.
So, did you understand what we read?
No.
We will talk about integers. When you say integers, it is referring to the whole number. And it is either positive or negative. So, for example, this one. So, a to the power of n times a to the power of n equals a to the power of n plus to the power of n. So, that a here is like multiply. So, there is wala na siya kaya multiply na. So the exponent, ang exponent ninyo will add the exponent. So another illustration. So here, 2 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 2. You will add the exponent, and since the whole numbers are the same, so you will just drop here. So you will add the exponent, so this is the result, and then you can use your hands to count like 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Yes?
Yes.
So let's proceed to urine 2. Let's go the other facilitator. Thank you.
Further discuss the urine number 2. Kindly please read this, Christine.
If n and m are positive integers and a is a real number, then a raised to the power n to the power m is equals to a raised to the power n times m.
Thank you, Christine. So, the subject of urine, it has this formula. A to the power of n minus m is equals to a to the power of m. So, to review an example, we have here the description. So then first, we have this illustration. X squared to the power of multiplied to the power of 5 is equals to x squared times 5. Therefore, the answer is we can answer is
X to the power of 10.
why?
Because from the formula a to the power of n times m, the given there is the powers of 2 and 5. So if we're going to multiply 2 times 5 to the 10.
about putting value to x? The second example, we have 2 raised to the power of 3x. 2 is equal to 2 raised to the power of 3 times 2. And then we multiply the 2 raised to x. So our base number is 2. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. And what is the answer?
64.
Exactly. You proceed with the third theorem.
Now in theorem 3, if n is a positive integer and a and b are real numbers, then a to the power of b times n is equal to a and bn. So this is very different from the theorem 2, right? Since we need to put an n every is supposed to be raised to the power. So we need to put a power in every variable. And so in the first example, we saw 2 see 2 times 5 to the power of 3. So you can see that 2 raised to 3 times 5 times 3. So it's very what if it is 3 variable? So x squared y to the power of 4 times 5. So we need to substitute the 5. So we need x squared times 5 times y to the power of 4 times 5. So we need to put times this. X to the power of 10 times y to the power of 3. So it's very different from the theorem of 2.
So students, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Any clarification about the theorem?
None so far.
Today we'll do the application.
So we proceed with the application part. And so to continue our lesson for today class, we will go to our application part. So I want the two of you to stand right here. Miss Christina will see me. And then we have here tic-tac-toe board game. So what you are going to do is that you will solve this exponent and equation. I want Miss Christine to be the X's and Miss Winnie to be the O. Are you familiar with this? No. So I will state to you the rules and the mechanics of this game. The object of this game is to get 3 in a row. We will play the 3 by 3 game board. So you, Miss Christine, X always go first, and then are followed then by Miss Winnie, you have to go. Okay, so the first player to get 3 marks in a row, turn up, down, across, diagonally, will be the winner. Okay, so for every part, I want to, there is a time limit, and it's 10 seconds. Okay, so are you ready?
Uncertainties are
Calculator, I think this is a very simple equation, and so far as you understand the instruction, you need no more calculating. Okay, so Miss Christine, position here. And I will give you next assignments to answer. Timer starts
part and comment. So first thing will be, I guess in reporting it's already good. We got the ideas of the topic, but one thing that I noticed is the diction when speaking, and maybe we really need to familiarize them with the new topics. Thank you.
And also, in addition to what Tim said, I think we should provide more examples in order for the students to really get, because having to, so you can't be so sure if they really get the theorems, for example. And also, with regards to your lesson plan, I think you have to focus on having the curriculum connection, and some parts needs improvement as well.
So good morning everyone. So I am Jim again, your teacher. So I will give you another example of theorem 1. So if as you can remember, theorem 1, if n and m are positive integers and a is a real numbers, then you can add the exponent, so like that. Add, for example, c over 4 to the power of 4 times c to the power of 1, and then equals c to the power of 4 plus 1. So you will add the exponent, so it will become c to the power of 5. So another example is 3 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 3. And result is 3 to the power of 2 plus to the power of 3, because you add the exponent. Then equals to 3 to the power of 5. Then the result is 243. So Queenie, can you answer the thought?
Theorem 2 states that if n and m are positive integers and a is a real number, then a to the power of n times m is equals to a to the power of m. So basically, we only have to multiply the exponent. So to provide an example, we have here 2 to the power of 2 times 2 is equals to 2 to the power of 2 times 2. Okay, so you just have to multiply the two exponents. So capital base 2 and then exponent is 4. Therefore, 2 to the power of 4 is
16.
16. Okay, it's 16. So I want to answer this equation. This number over here is 16. Why is your final answer 64? Right? By proving that 2 to the power of 6 only multiply 2 how many times? 6. So the answer is 65.
Okay, so since I already discussed theory 3, so I have presented examples to understand more about theory 3. So example number 1 can see that 6 times 5 is raised to 2. So it is equals to 6 raised to times 5 raised to. So to understand more, I multiplied itself by the power. So since 2 ang power, I multiply it by 2. So 6 times 6 times 5 times 5. So simply it was 36 times 25 equal to 900. And also, in example number 2, I also did the same. So it is 3 times 2 to the power of 3 and put it on 3 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 3. So inamban to the apart. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 7 times 8 equals to 260. So yes, Christine, please. Alright, correct. Thank you, Christine.
So, good morning, class. So, I am your teacher this afternoon, and along with me is our also a facilitator, which is teacher Lee. So, before we start, may we request everyone please stand for the here. For the Catholics, speak the sign of the cross and the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Please sit down. So, before we start, please arrange your chairs and take out some paper. Okay, there's none. Okay, so this morning, before we start with our lesson proper, let's have an activity first. So our activity is called I Am Who I Am. So with this activity, I will give you a few seconds to think what are your individual traits and characteristics. And later on, we're going to share it with the class. Okay, so just think for a while. Okay, so I guess we're done. Now let's have first Mr. Mary to share what are your traits and characteristics. You can do many or it's up to you. How about your physical characteristics? Okay, thank you. Yes, Ms. Shaina.
I think physical traits, my height is not the average of the height of the Filipinos. Maybe I inherited it in my grandmother's side. They were very tall, and also my skin color also is somewhat
Thank you. Now, why do you think you possess those traits and characteristics? Yes, Ms.
I
Shaina.
think I inherited it to the genes of my side of my father.
Okay, thank you. So basically, you possess those unique qualities such as traits and physical characteristics of yours. It's because you got it from your parents. Now, what do you think are we going to talk about this morning?
DNA.
Correct. We're going to talk about DNA. Now, let's have first these 3 kinds of watermelon here. Those called donut watermelons. What do you observe in the watermelon glazed donuts? They are what? Yes.
I see small onion,
glaze that they're having. Others have sprinkles and chocolate glaze. Now, how we can connect it with us humans? So, us humans, basically, because of our DNA, we have different glaze. For example, we have different characteristics and traits. And though we came from, we are all humans, but we differ from how we possess those physical traits because of our DNA. DNA, on the later slides, we will learn what comprises of DNA and how does it make us unique. Now, kindly read what is a DNA.
DNA or nucleic acid is the hereditary material in humans and almost all other organisms. Nearly every cell in a person's body has the same.
So basically, DNA is the short term for diosynribonucleic acid, in which this contains, for example, this RNA, this contains all our hereditary material that we got from our parents, such as our genes and those colors, for example, and all. Now, where can we find this DNA? So can you read?
Most DNA is located in the cell nucleus, where it is called nuclear DNA.
So you might be wondering, which part of our body does this DNA be located? So the answer is, it is found in our cell, particularly in the cell nucleus. So we all know that cell is the basic unit of life and it's found all over our body. Now, let's have this description of DNA. Can you read?
DNA is a double helix formed by base pairs attached to a sugar phosphate bond.
So, what do you mean by double helix? So, basically, this is how a DNA looks like. So, are you familiar with it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, it is a double helix because it comes with base pairs. Now, these are the base pairs: adenine and thymine, guanine and cytosine. It is a double helix since those pairs are paired together and then they form like this. It looks like a ladder. Okay, do you get it? And after it is formed, it is attached to a sugar phosphate, in which it is now able to do its function, which is to deliver the genes that it got from your parents. Now, let's talk about information with regards to DNA. Now, can you read?
Information in DNA is stored as a code made up of four chemical bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine.
So basically, what forms the DNA are these four chemical bases. You know the base pairs that comes with that makes it a double helix. So adenine is paired again with thymine, so that's a different pair. And then here comes another base pair, cytosine and guanine. So these are the four important chemical bases of the DNA. Now let's have some facts. Do you know that 3 billion bases composes a human DNA? So that's very much. Just imagine how small is it because Nana just includes the cell. Now 3 billion bases. That's very crucial. Now also, 99% of those bases are the same in all people. Okay, because it should form a double helix line. So muna siya required, for example. Now, let's have this. The order or sequence of these bases determines the information available for building and maintaining an organism. Similar to the way in which letters of the alphabet appear in a certain order to form words and sentences. So this basically summarizes the previous slides. Because you know those base pairs, it's very important that it should follow order or sequence just like how our alphabet is. Because if marambol to sila or mashuffle, then the information available for building and maintaining an organism won't be the same. And if it won't have those base pairs won't be correct, of course, there will be abnormalities and dysfunctions of the organism or the human itself. And to continue, let's have your class facilitators also, teacher P.
Good morning, class. Good morning, class. So I believe that teacher Christine already told you something about DNA. And here I am going to continue what she had taught. So let's proceed to DNA bases pair up with each other like those adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. So teacher Christine already told you that adenine and thymine are paired with each other. And cytosine and guanine are also paired with each other. Next is that these bases are then attached to a sugar molecule and a phosphate molecule. So it is said that these guanine, thymine, cytosine, they are connected to a sugar molecule. Like for the picture that she have shown kanina na it is ladder like, diba? It is like this. It is like this, and diri nakabutak ang guanine, like that, and the pairs. And diri din, nakakonect din na siya sa phosphate and sugar molecule. Yes, ba ninyo class? Okay. Next. Sugar plus phosphate plus base is called nucleotide. So if example, this picture, if sugar and phosphate, and these are the, what do you call this? The bases, diba? Yes, the bases. So if they are connected with each other, then it is then called, yes, nucleotides are arranged in two long strands that form a spiral called the double helix. So this is an example of a DNA. Diba? The structure of the DNA. Next. Why do you think is DNA important without looking at the PowerPoint? China?
DNA is important, I guess, because we all have DNA in our body, and we could be familiar with those things. So when the time comes, we'll not be able.
Okay, thank you. So, like, earlier, diba, teacher Christine told you about what are the unique characteristics that we have. And I heard, Rovan said that I am tall, like that, and you, Shaina, you are also tall. So, DNA is important because it is for inheritance, coding for proteins, and the genetic instruction guide for life and its processes. DNA holds the instructions for organisms or each cell's development and reproduction and ultimately death. So, DNA controls everything in our body. Like for example, what is the pair of cytosine? Yes, cytosine and guanine. If that cytosine will not be paired with guanine, there will be, of course, an abnormality. So DNA is really an important thing in our body. So today that ends our topic, and let me call teacher Christine for our application.
Okay, so as our evaluation or application part of our topic this afternoon, we are going to have this DNA sum in order for you to remember and memorize easily those base pairs.
We love DNA made of nucleotides, sugar, phosphate, and a base bonded down one side. Adenine and thymine make a lovely pair. Cytosine without guanine would feel very bare.
So the line goes like this. We love DNA made of nucleotides, sugar, phosphate, and a base bounded down one side. Adenine and thymine make a lovely pair. Cytosine without guanine would feel very bare. So from that song, you will be able to memorize the pairs of those chemical bases like the adenine, the thymine, that they are paired, the guanine and the cytosine that they are paired. And these chemical bases are then connected to phosphate and sugar molecules in our body. So again, let's sing the song, the DNA song. Then all together. 1, 2, 3, go. We love DNA made of nucleotides. Sugar, phosphate, and the base of the top and side. Adenine and thymine make a lovely pair. Scientists secret that one you would feel very rare. So that's it for today. Thank you, class. So we are now ready to accept your feedbacks and comments about the report.
Subject pertains to the science of biology, right? I think DNA is a little bit complex for the students. However, it was explained well in a manner that is understandable. And then you also need a checking for understanding. Anyhow, you have named it, you have done it. You have to raise questions like the daily understanding. That's what we call cognitive assessment. They really understand your topic. So from time to time, you have to check your understanding. There is a booklet, 0.1 oral recitation. That's very good. And then one part like that is relation part. You have mind that like the song, but you also need to assess if they really understand it. That's the information.
Thank you. Yes.
I like how you perform the topic, but it is since you will teach it to grade 7 students. I think we need more visuals like those phosphates. Those are unfamiliar words, especially to the students. So we need a lot of visuals, for example, videos. So they will catch. You will catch their attention because it's kind of somewhat more curious. So yes, and okay na lesson plan and then videos lang. Remember something more.
Thank you. You already know about what are those four major and very important chemical bases when it talks about DNA. Let's have an activity. So I want you to pair this base here with what do you think? Is it spare? Okay, so yes, Queenie. And you? Yes. Because we discussed it. Okay, so thank you. Now let's check. We all know for a fact, and also with the song and the previous slides, that okay, so basically this is correct. Adenine is paired with thymine, and cytosine is paired with guanine.
So I know that there are visual learners here, and I know that you want to see some videos in order for you to understand our topic. So here are some videos that I have prepared for you. So, okay, can you play it?
We love DNA made of
The importance of variation. Some variations take place each time a DNA is copied. So, the DNA copies are similar but not identical. Hence, the offsprings, though similar to parents, are not identical. These variations play an important role in the survival of a species in unfavorable conditions and prevent wiping out of a species due to drastic changes in the ecological system. For example, varying temperature and
So can I have Christine summarize what the video is all about?
So, the video basically is all about, Mom, the importance of DNA, and it tells us why do we have those different traits and characteristics, physical characteristics that we possess, and that is mainly because of the variations that is happening in our DNA, in which it contains the genes of our parents as well.
Okay, thank you,